What's poppin', y'all? Some people really just want to complain and are just ungrateful no matter what, and are doubters when they've seen somebody really make it multiple times, beat the doubters multiple times. And that's DDG's fan base, man. DDG World. Now, DDG put together a group, an official group called Capaholics. Now, keep in mind, streamers, it's like, dude, it's, what is it? Life imitates art. Art imitates life? Well, we're seeing it in real time because everything that happened in rap is kind of happening in streaming once again. You had crews at a certain point, like, right? You had G Unit, you had Murda Inc., and usually the crews went by. You had Dipset, and we're getting that in streaming. Like, there's individual streams, but you got FaZe, you've got, well, before all of this, you had like Offline TV, OTV, you had the gaming teams, which also were content creators, but you've got, let's just say in our world, you've got AMP, you've got FaZe, and now DDG's putting together his own crew. So instead of just joining one of these organizations, which DDG could have done, DDG decided to make his own. And he had a bunch of people in it, and he called it Capaholics. And it started October 1st, and he was going to have everybody live at the same time. And now there's like collab streams, which I think is super dope. You can see everybody that's involved in the streams, like co-streaming. And somebody on October 1st clicked on it and just put ... And when you see the viewers of the people in Capaholics, you see DDG at 20.8K. And then you see this guy, Baby Rich 1K at 37. That's right, not 37K, not 3.7K, 37. Paid Way 2, 54. Who is Wizard Kelly, 44. Not quite like Dub, who is DDG's brother, 989. And Derek King Online at 95. And DDG responded and said, everybody save this screenshot and watch how everybody numbers look on November 1st. This is what I really don't understand, is how can you possibly doubt DDG when he's doing something like this? Like, keep in mind, DDG has been in the content game for what? We're going on 10 years at the top of the game. Remember when Bruce Drop Him Off was laughing at DDG because he had a couple of hundred viewers and what? He had like 600 subs and Bruce was at what? 30K, 40K at that time? Who knows? A ridiculous amount. And he doubted DDG. And a lot of people doubted DDG when it came to the streaming game. And then this year, he decided, you know what? I'm going to put my mind to this streaming thing. And he took over. Completely dominated. With respect from people like, and keep in mind, people like Speed. Speed has DDG in his top 3 YouTubers. I think it's KSI, somebody else, and DDG. That, what's his name? That Speed has. And Kai Cenat always looked up to DDG. So DDG knows content. That's the point I'm trying to make. DDG is not going to throw 3, 4, 5 bums that he doesn't think are entertaining, that he doesn't think has the work ethic, and put his brand behind them and his money behind them to just like help a homie out. Nah, he knows that these guys have potential to do crazy with content. So for his audience, his own audience, to try to doubt these people is like, dog, you saw DDG do it right in front of your eyes. You saw him put on India Love right in front of your eyes. You saw him put Wendy Ortiz on right in front of your eyes. And some people will say, well, she had an audience elsewhere. Listen, there are a lot of people with audiences elsewhere that try to come to Twitch and they don't do as good as Wendy Ortiz did. They don't do as good as even India Love did. And India Love's not even like crushing it. Well, India Love is just the opposite of entertainment. That's what she is. And one of DDG's fans said, so you mean to tell me y'all watching a black man who could have easily went and made a super group of already well-known streamers, facts, and rocked out like that, but he decided to put his family and homies on using his name. He's not really just trying to put them on. He found ones that can be put on, because the truth is, and DDG knows this, with this content game, with entertainment, if somebody is not entertaining, it's just not going to work. That's it. It doesn't matter how much putting on you do, it will fail. Now, if they're a chick, the thirst factor can beat out the lack of entertainment. But if it's a guy, yeah, they're cooked. That's just all that there is to it. That's all she wrote. And he continues and says, and y'all trying to cook him about it? He could just be selfish and just shine alone, but he's sharing his spotlight so all his homies can win. And y'all out here trying to make it a view count thing. F the views. Support the people that's on a come up. Support. And that's a fact. People will always complain and talk about like, yo, Twitch needs discovery. Like, what about discovery? Small streamers have it hard. Here's DDG that just is shining a light, and people are talking about their viewers that they won't watch because these people have a low view count. What? And then they also talk about people buying and view buying. Well, if you're not going to watch somebody and completely dismissing them even after they've been co-signed by one of the best content creators, like the best as in somebody that's consistently been able to be at the top of a competitive game where people cycle out after just a couple of years, he's been able to be at the top of that after he has co-signed co-signed them and chosen them to be in a group with him, then of course, I just think that person, of course, is moronic. Like, you are following numbers, and you won't even give, like, after a strong cosign like that, you at least got to check it out. Like, for example, like, Ye says you have to listen to this guy. I'm putting my headphones on. I'm listening. Now, if it's just a random person, and I don't care about the plays, it does not matter. That person could not have a single play, but it gets even better or worse. So what they started to criticize was the Capaholics house that DDG got. They're like, man, this is all you got? How big's the house? And I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
Welcome to the first day, y'all. I know it's been a long time. I just wanted to have like some real intimate time with y'all, man. And yeah, I'm just excited to be back. I know a lot of y'all been excited for this moment, and I want to first apologize if y'all disappointed. I'm just be completely transparent. Y'all know I own a home. I own 2 homes. I got nice cars, watches, whatever. A big crib for me just wasn't in my budget, you know. So this is the most we can afford, but I'm promise y'all, if y'all stick with us, if y'all stay with us, and y'all continue to watch, eventually we'll get to that point where we can do the nice lavish things. We can have everything perfect how you guys want, and we can do anything. I want y'all to, first of all, give me stream ideas, things we can do. I know it's a limited space, so it might be a little difficult, but yeah, I'm genuinely excited, and I think it's mostly about like spending time with my friends and making content with my friends like I'm supposed to. I don't think it's more so about the space. A lot of people make the content about a house, but it's not just about a house. It's also about being around people that with you and not building off of each other.
Yeah, I messed up. I said clip, crib. I was trying to say crib at the same time and clip. But here, people will go in on DDG, and I will go in on DDG a little bit first, just for funsies. DDG flexes. He loves to flex, except when it came down to Team Water, and they were throwing 6-figure donations, and it was big bank take little bank, and he was in a call with Mr. Beast and Aiden Ross and XQC and people that just make his money look like play money. He dipped out of there real quick. He was like, yeah, you know, those guys are the flashing the APs and the rollies and the cars. That was not it anymore. He was doing that rapper flex. When he came to the real flex, he was like, okay, I'm tapping out. So if you're a flexer and then people look at your crib and then they look at your competitors' cribs and they're like, this doesn't hold up. Where's the flex? That you set yourself up for that, DDG. However, we gotta be fair here. FaZe has a billionaire dropping money on them. Stable Ronaldo even said this. 51% of FaZe went to this billionaire that is on draft. He's the guy that did DraftKings or something like that. So that guy's filthy rich, and he is the one paying for the house. So these guys, the FaZe guys, live in a gigantic crib, but the crib is paid for because the guy can just afford to just throw money at it. AMP, or Kai Cenat, he is ridiculously up and has major corporate sponsors. You've got Nike, you've got Crocs, you've got Bose, you've got, who else sponsored Kai Cenat's Mafia-thon? That's just off the top of my head. And Kai's willing to invest his own money too, but just those alone, that's enough to pay for the estate that he lives in. And then the house that they live in is in Atlanta. So the AMP house, that's in Atlanta. The rent is a lot cheaper in Atlanta than LA. FaZe house is in LA. DDG is coming into this with no sponsors. There's not some major corporation that's putting up money for him to be able to get this house. He's coming into this with no billionaire investor. He's putting his own money up. Dog, if he buys a house like that or rents a house like that, he's bleeding money. He's just in the red. So of course he's not going to get a house that big. This is a test run. Now, if this test run works, and he gets these guys motion, they blow up, DDG gets even bigger, people love this house, that's when someone else will come in and will probably be like, hey, we want to sponsor some stuff here. He's like, okay, well, we need a bigger crib. And then they would move into a bigger crib. So I think some DDG needs to be given some grace here. Like, come on. And even on top of that, DDG's, despite getting criticism, DDG is showing so much love to his own audience. And I'm going to play you guys this clip right now.
Now, this is a big deal because I won't be bringing no clothes from my crib. I won't be bringing buying no clothes from nowhere. I dropped the PO box. I started a PO box. If one of my people that know the address to the PO box, can y'all pin it or something? If one of my mods got it, I only want y'all clothes. I know a lot of y'all are aspiring designers. I know a lot of y'all want to send me clothes, want to send me pieces and like that to wear. I'm going to fill this entire closet up with clothes from you guys that I'll be wearing when I'm here. I won't be wearing these people clothes that I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I want to wear y'all clothes, y'all people that support me. So, this might be a big opportunity for somebody that want to get me in their pieces. Feel me? It's huge. It's nice. Whole little showcase. All of that.
So here DDG is saying that he's got a P.O. box and his own fans can send their clothes and he will only wear their clothes. And this is what disgusts me. I'm gonna be frank here. The people with this mentality that I'm about to mention, I pray to God. I don't even need to pray to God, because they will guaranteed not make it. But just to add reassurance, right? Like you get fire insurance for a reason. You get renter's insurance for a reason. Even if it's unlikely to ever happen, you want the insurance. So I will pray, just as insurance, that they never make it, even though they won't make it anyway. Is people saying, oh, man, he's just trying to get free clothes. Dog. He's trying to finesse his fans for free clothes. Somebody that thinks like this is just, there's such a warped view of value exchange that you cannot repair somebody's brain like this. You've just got to, you've got to plug them into the Matrix, like the movie. You know how like they unplug them and there's that slime and ooze and all of that? You've got to plug that individual into the Matrix. They're eating the hologram steaks. They're loving the hologram steaks. They're telling you that they're seasoning. They're throwing salt and pepper on top of the hologram steak. You're hearing the clinking because it's hitting the plate because there's nothing but a hologram. And they will tell you that it tastes salty right to your face. And you just got to look at them and just nod your head and say, yeah. Like DDG is doing a solid for these fans. Like the amount of promotion of just being able to use a clip of DDG in your clothes, or just the fact that you may look up to DDG and you started designing and him wearing your clothes, just the emotional, as zesty as that sounds, just the emotional satisfaction of like, damn, like I supported this guy. I watched him. I subbed to him. I sent him money. I donated to him, and I sent him a pair of my clothes that I designed, and he's wearing it. It doesn't even have to blow up or anything like that. No other streamer is doing. Actually, I think people were saying that Neon did something like this, but let's keep it real. Nobody, not a single soul, sees Neon wear something and be like, yo, that's fly. Where'd he get that at? Nah, that's just not happening. We're being real here. Listen, if you want somebody to lie to you, I can't do that. Now, some people will also say, man, I never thought that about DDG. Well, maybe you didn't, but there are people that think that. And people will see like, oh, okay, DDG's kind of fly here. Now, I never said DDG was fly, but there are people that say DDG is fly. But I think what DDG's got here is he's building something else from the ground up. And we haven't seen something like this since AMP. Like FaZe, that got cobbled together by a billionaire. And it worked. And FaZe Banks. Like that was taste making by FaZe Banks and money by the billionaire. I don't want to take credit away from FaZe Banks, even though we do look at FaZe Banks with the side eye a little bit over here. Why do I look at him with the side eye? Just when you have proximity to too many coincidences, it's like, all right, we can't just keep giving you the pass here. But that's all there is to say there. I think DDG's fans need to show him some love. Like he did take a break, right? 2 to 3 weeks, but he prepped something and it's at the ground level right now. And listen, if there's one thing I won't bet against, it's DDG being able to make some content stuff shake. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.